versus 1 cast by Broody and Third Dilemma of the SEA, and just in case nobody knew, that is Team StarCraft Ascension. We are casting these games, and they are more of kind of a random element. They are casted daily. Not casted, but held daily. We will be trying to get some casts down whenever we can fit the time. So let's get started here. On the right side of the map, we do have Morbis, who is down 2-0. He has to bring up a pretty big game here, and judging by the size of the map, this may be a macro game, but he might try to move into an almost trickery type play where he kind of foregates his opponent. I would like to see him do that since he's behind. And on the left side of the map, we have Smorty, who, whereas Morbis is down from 2 wins, Smorty is actually ahead by 2, and he is kind of in a position to, he could just make probes at this point. He could lose this game and be fine if he wanted to.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever a good idea just to throw away a game because you can. Idra thought that would be a good idea and then ended up getting 3-3, evening up the score, so I don't think that's ever the wisest of ideas. But yeah, he'll be fine even if he does lose this game. Morbis, however, he can't. He's on the edge. He's got to win 3 in a row to win this series, and I don't know what he's gonna have to do. He's gonna have to do something creative or a little bit weird, maybe DTs. I don't know. He's gonna have to find a way back into this game.
Yeah, indeed. I think what might be a good choice right now. I hate saying it that a player should cheese, but you know, it would have almost been an amazing idea if Morbis threw down a proxy Stargate around the third base of the top kind of main.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Right here.
He's going to have to do something a little bit wacko, that's for sure, because right now he can't. It doesn't seem like his strong suit is winning Snorty in a straight-up game, and so he's going to have to do something a little bit off the wall. And whatever that is, I would like to know, but if he thinks he can win in a macro game, then so be it. But he has given us the best results so far, so good luck to him. And he seems to be lagging. That's not the actual technique that we're looking for, Morbis. You're going to have to try something else.
Yeah, indeed. But he does have a bit of leeway in his lag, and also, aside from the lag, once it subsides, I'm going to point out that this is not the newest version of this map, seeing as there is no pathway into the third. It's a straight-up kind of one-lane highway. Okay, we have a pause from Morbis. Getting lag, letting lag clear. Okay. And, yeah, basically there is no way to kind of assault the third unless they go for Colossus down the cliff, Blink Stalkers, Warp Prisms, and the such. So, we'll see how this plays out. I think we're going to see a really nice macro game this time around.
I do think so. Cross positions, like you said, is the best way to go for a macro game, even though that's not always the case. Cybernetics core being thrown down, you know, you never see anything really too weird in the beginning of a PvP, except for on Smorty's side. He seems to be going a little bit crazy with the gas. Do you think we're going to be seeing high Stalker or high Sentry play?
You know what, possibly, but if you notice this, actually, Morbis throws down a proxy pylon directly in the base of Smorty, and he does not have vision of that corner of his own base. So this is a 4 gate? I don't know what's happening right now.
Oh, nope. Stalker just... Oh, the Stalker sees it, but it's not shooting it.
Oh my
he saw
God.
it, though, so I imagine he's going to clean that up shortly.
Hopefully, yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I think he's going to clean that up shortly. Well, I guess I'd hope so. Yeah. Morbis is denying scouting from Smorty by throwing down a Zealot up front.
You know what? Actually, Smorty has given the correct action here by not taking that out. He knows that by putting that there, he has the opportunity to kind of negate any damage. He can take that out now. As he's been chrono boosting his own Warp Gate technology, he knows the exact timing of when Warp Gate will hit, and he had a scout in Morbis' base, so he knows the gateway count. And yeah, he's pretty safe right now. He knows that his enemy is behind, though he is going for Blink Stalkers versus what is soon to be an Immortal tech by Smorty.
I am going... I don't know what would actually win between Blink and Immortals. I imagine, like, obviously in a direct confrontation, Immortals will win, but that's if the Immortals can actually get to the Stalkers, you know? And so it's going to come down to the timing, the cornering, the positioning. It's going to come down to who's the better player.
Oh, entirely. And Blink is actually done. It is really hard to kind of see what is going to happen in a direct conflict between Blink and Immortals, because I believe they do 65 damage per shot to armored units. Am I correct?
50 last time I checked.
Okay, so
I will have to check as soon as that Immortal comes out. The Observer is not doing anything in Smorty's base. He's just got it sitting there, hovering above his army. I'd imagine he's going to want to move that out as soon as possible. I don't know.
You know why he hasn't moved that, actually? Because he did, in fact, scout the Twilight Council. So he might be scared of DTs right now.
Oh, I didn't even think about that, yeah. Like you said, Blink is about halfway done. Morbis, he looks more confident this game than he has the other games. I'm liking his idea of going for something else because he understands that the past two games haven't really worked for him. And Smorty throwing a pylon in the top corner where, like, north of Morbis' base.
Yeah, I think this could be a counterattack on the measure. If DTs go in the main base of Smorty, he can almost say, well, you know what, you just spent this much money on units, so I'm going to throw a bit at you because I've just taken you for what you have. And Smorty has thrown up his natural before Morbis again. You know what? I think Morbis needs to take some risks. He hasn't really been taking any risks any games, and I think that if he were to take some risks, now would be the game, especially with the long cross positions, and especially where I think he has scouted that Robotech was going down. No, he actually has not, so he has no information right now.
He needs to actually work on keeping his Chrono Boost down at all times. I've been noticing that he has been using his Chrono Boost as much as he could. As you can see, Smorty's actually really, really good at using his Chrono Boost, and expansion's going down for Smorty right now, and Smorty's just gearing up for the long term.
Oh, indeed. Oh, my God. A hidden expansion from Morbis. That was the risk that he decided to take. And unbelievably, it is going to be scouted by Smorty and have to be canceled.
That is so frustrating. Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
That's going to be terribly frustrating for Morbis. He's going to try again, as you can see. He's actually just going to go for his natural. He decided that wasn't going to work. He's going to have to do something else.
Yeah, I think that Observer might have actually spotted the probe moving out as it was heading into Morbis' base.
Yeah, I think so too, because he seemed to take an actual beeline straight to that place, so I think he knew something was going down. Right now, he's on the lookout for hidden pylons or any, like, hidden starports, something that could just get him back into this game. I do think Morbis just needs to straight up, get the better army, get sentries, get Colossus, just do the straight up thing, because I can't imagine Smorty. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't either. If I were to give some kind of advice to him this game, I would have said, keep an eye on your opponent and try to work your way into an early, fast double robo and try to pump out those Colossus as fast as possible. And maybe, if you eventually get to your third, try to mix in a Stargate. But, it's looking pretty unfaithful right now for our friend Morbis in the third match of this tournament.
Right, Smorty actually looks like a player who likes to ladder a lot. You can tell by the way he gets vision. He checks for proxies. That's something that laddering really, really helps you with. It teaches you how to look for proxies, where to look for proxies, how to defend against anything cheesy, and it gives you a really good sense of like what your opponent should have. And he's portraying that really, really well through his gameplay.
Indeed. I don't think that Morbis actually saw the pylon. He did get vision of it, but I don't think he noticed it. There he goes, moving out to take that out now. An eye for an eye, because earlier game he kind of left a pylon in Smorty's base, but oh well, I think the Observer might have actually scouted that Warp Prison going out as well, as now forces are moving back.
Yeah, there's Warp Prison. Wow, I didn't even see that until you noticed it. Thank you, and Smorty definitely sees that. He's got all of his stalkers, and wow, Smorty's just really solid. He's not taking crap from anyone right now. He's, I don't know, he's got a perfect combination of forces. He's got his third base about to be started. I imagine that Nexus will be thrown down any second. He's got an observer on Morbis's army. He's just really solid. Something that Morbis needs to work on, though, is not queuing up. He's got so much money queued up, and he's got so much money in his bank that he needs to just learn how to keep it low, keep it down, and use it to make more zealots, more anything, really.
Indeed. Now, it really comes to show right now Smorty's technique. He's got 3 Xel'Naga Watchtowers, and he's moving up to 5 gate. I assume to add more soon. Adding the double forge to kind of get his upgrades a bit ahead of his opponent, which I don't believe has a forge. Actually, yes, he has, and he's starting armor level 1 right now. Sitting
DTs.
DTs, yeah, I saw that too, coming out of Smorty. I wouldn't even mind. I wouldn't mind if these were just to use for the Xel'Naga towers, even.
I wouldn't mind it if he, or actually what I'd really like to see is not harassment, but just including them in the main army, because with a little bit low-level players, they have a hard time actually focusing directly on a single unit, and so in battle, micro becomes extremely difficult, and DTs can wreak a lot of havoc given a long period of time.
Yes, indeed, and now 2 extra gateways being thrown down, as well as the Templar Archives. So he's definitely making a really strong ground army out of this, and for once we're not going to see the favored heavy Colossus play, which I'm kind of thankful for. This could turn out really nice, and also really devastating. Morbis, however, is moving into Colossus, so it really depends on positioning, and one thing I would love to see from Smorty is to kind of keep 2 observers with his army, keep 1 ahead of his army, and if he does have blink in to snipe any observers and take out, utilize his DTs to the fullest.
Right, and I think what this battle is going to come down to is mostly positioning. Oh, this warp prison of Morbis is going to be taken down. Oh, that's a big loss for Morbis. He's really behind right now. I imagine all these stalkers are going to go down to the 3rd base of Morbis, going to snipe those out. And right now, Morbis, I think he just needs to straight up attack. I mean, he's got... No, I don't... I'm not so sure what he needs to do right now. I think he just needs to get more practice. He needs to keep his chronoburst down. Morbis, your chronoburst.
What I would say he would need to do is... Well, this is a great decision. He has the observer there. Would be to take a 4th base really early because, he's down on upgrades. His opponent has the tech advantage. The only way out of this is by having a higher income than Smorty, who's actually gearing up for an attack, as you can see right now, taking his 4th base and setting up proxy pylons. Right now, it's just fun and games for Smorty.
I just realized something. A really big flaw in Morbis' play. Look at his hotkeys. He only has 1 as his Nexus and 1 as a probe. He needs to hotkey his gateways. He needs to hotkey his warp gates. He needs to have all of his protection buildings hotkeyed, so that way when he's microing with his units, he can also be macroing at the same time. And I think that's what's hindering him a lot. He's keeping his money really high is because he can't. Every single time he wants to make units, he has to run all the way back to his base, double-click, click on the units, and then run back to his army, and that's just not working out for him.
Well, it's almost that way. It is that way for his robotics facility, but naturally in StarCraft 2, W is actually assigned to all your warp gates. I'm not sure if you knew that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's not how it is for Terran.
No, it's not. Only Protoss gets that. Yeah, if you have warp gates at all, you can just hit W, and it will select.
That's imbalanced. Jeez.
Yeah.
I would like to use... Wow. I had no idea. I've never actually played Protoss. I played them like twice, and it was just for fun to see who was actually worse at playing Protoss. And, well, I guess that's a good point, but he could really have, he could use more hotkeys for sure. He could hotkey his army, he could hotkey his, 2nd Nexus, his 3rd Nexus, because he's not even utilizing the Chronobus within those, and, he could definitely hotkey his robotics facilities, unless if those are hotkeyed too.
Oh, entirely. And look at the transitioning here. Oh, actually, a battle coming up. Perhaps he's getting in position and also transitioning into Colossus after this. He's getting another Robo-Bay up in his base. That is Smorty. I like the spread of Morbis, and I think that he might have a chance if only he made a bit more Zealots. You know, Archons are massive. They can crush force fields, so that's kind of going to be negated. I'd like to see the sentries a bit more back. And you know what? Oh, 5 more sentries warping in. I'm not so sure what I think about this army composition right now. Wow.
Oh my goodness. The amount of zealots that just got warped in for Smorty is going to seal the deal on this. I imagine all these Colossus are going to rip apart these zealots, but after that, there's going to be a beefy... Oh, and here comes the engagement. I'm imagining there's going to be force fields. Come on, you can aim. Okay, Morbis is into this battle too. A lot of the zealots are getting ripped apart. Force fields trying to get thrown up, but it's not going to work because the Archons just rip those apart. And right now, Smorty has the better upgrades, and he's pulling back to get a better positional advantage.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, especially because his +3 is just about to kick in. Blinking into the army, we're going to see a GG in a few seconds here. He's waiting for that +3.
Yeah, he's waiting for the +3, and as soon as the +3 gets done, well, +3 for ground armor for... Okay, yeah. Yep. Yeah, you're actually really alright. Yeah, he fell behind in the upgrades. He's also expanding. He's got a 5th base. Morbis is, he's done. I can't see him coming back in this game unless he has some sort of White Raw powers within him instilled into his blood where he can just become White Raw immediately. His APM goes up 300%. But I just don't think he's related to White Raw because he's American, maybe?
Possibly. I don't actually know either.
It doesn't matter.
Another big engagement here in the center. Force fields being thrown down on the sides of the Archons, but
5 Colossus are doing a lot of damage.
Oh my god, yeah, this is turning around. I'd like to see him definitely throw down some more expansions and not pull back so fast. He needs to kind of reinforce his army.
Had 10 health.
Oh my god.
And that's all it had left before it would die. I'm surprised it lived. Yeah, I want Morbis to take advantage of that win and go try to take out this 5th and maybe push the 4th. I don't think he'll be able to take out the 4th, but he needs to do something. Turtling isn't going to help him right here. As we can see, the production tab, upgrades are going down for both players, but, Morbis is actually doing really good on his upgrades. Charge, ground level 3, yeah, wow. Archon's being morphed in. Do you think we'll see any, High Templars in this game?
You know what, I do not think so anymore, considering the big transition from Colossus. Smorty definitely, with the pro sense, definitely realized he needed to add Colossus, and that's the big thing right here. Blinking all the Stalkers back, he knows what's going to happen in these engagements, and I think with a bit of focus firing, he knows that he can handle anything going on here.
The upgrades are sort of becoming close again. It's 2-2 to 3-3, but any advantage that Morbis had with the bigger Colossus numbers is now gone because they now have, Smorty now has more Colossus than Morbis does, and I'm just waiting for an engagement. And here it goes. The Colossus is getting focus fired by the Stalkers. Really, really good micro. Colossus are cleaning up everything, and I'm feeling the GG. I'm feeling it. The GG is going to come, and I'm thinking Smorty's going to come through here. Try to take out this 3rd base by Morbis. Morbis is he's never give up, never surrender, morphing in more zealots, retreating with his Colossus, but I don't see zealots doing a lot of damage to 6 Colossus.
No, you see, that's clearly the end of the game here. As soon as this pushes through the zealots, I think we're going to see the GG cast.
Yeah, we got the smart blink on the Stalkers. We'll see the GG, WP, maybe a little bit of rage quitting, some fist shaking, some fist pumping, some high-fiving, some good thumbsing. I don't know. What else can he do? Hand hugs?
If only Colossus had thumbs and hands.
Yeah, or any sort of body part at all. All they have is giant heads. Good game, well played. Good game, both of them. Really well played. 3-0 series by Smorty. Smorty was just obviously had more practice. It's fine though. Morbis, don't give up. You've totally got this. He's hoping that Smorty just, accidentally GG's that or something. I don't know.
Indeed. Well,
I guess they don't want to end the game.
Indeed.
Or he's going to be bad-mannered.
Possibly, yeah. He's kind of sad about the loss, but, Morbis, you played well. You did make it to the finals, so congratulations on making it to the finals. It's kind of a sad thing you got taken out 3-0, but you know what? This is take this as a morale boost. Come back again to the finals, face us and win it for us next time, and we'll be there to cast it.
For sure.
Indeed. This has been a cast by Team SCA, by Broody and Third Dilemma. And you know what? Come by, watch us, check out our streams anytime you like. I'm at ONTV/Broody, and you can find Third Dilemma at LawCats26.
Send in games, watch my games, comment on my games. Every single time I see I got a new message on YouTube, I get so excited because I'm like, yeah, someone commented on my games. And it actually is about you guys. I enjoy doing it, but I'm doing submitted games because I really did want to help out the community. I felt like low-level games didn't get enough shine, and it was just, I just wanted to see whatever I could do to help.
Indeed. Well, I think that kind of ends up the night for the 1v1 casting.
And I think that's all. Thank you to all the players who played on this little tournament that we had. Go find Brody, subscribe to him, subscribe to me. Watch more of his stream on Team Liquid. You can usually find it there. And upload more games. Thank you.
Indeed, and take care, everybody. Hope to see you next time. I will be updating on Team Liquid and Facebook if you have me. So yeah, just throw down a hello, and I'll say that back to you. Take care, you guys. Have a good night.